Most exciting destination in all of northern Wisconsin. LCO Casino Lodge and Convention Center, Hayward. LCO.
Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Nave News Update. It's Friday, June 2nd. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryNews.com. And here's the news for today from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The bond between a famous writer and a Native American spiritual leader has been celebrated with a commemorative hike. The Rapid City Journal reports that a group of people with the John G. Neihart State Historical Society in Bancroft, Nebraska, hiked May 30th on Black Elk Peak with Myron Poirier, a descendant of Black Elk. Neihart's book, Black Elk Speaks, recounts Black Elk's childhood story in which he had a vision of being transported to the top of a mountain. The book has sold hundreds of thousands of copies and serves as a window into the Lakota history and spirituality. Poirier says he hopes to raise money and get approval to place a statue of Black Elk at the beginning of the most popular trail to the peak. As we remember those who have served our country, we take a look at one Native American who followed her passion, heritage, and broke boundaries in her service to this country. Minnie Spotted Wolf was a member of the Blackfeet Nation and grew up in Heart Butte, Montana. According to the Armed Forces Museum website, in 1941, Minnie Spotted Wolf was 18. That is when she first tried to enlist in the U.S. Marine Corps. But she was turned away and told war was no place for women. It wasn't until 1943, 2 years after she first tried to enlist, that she was accepted as the first Native American woman to join the Corps. She served for 4 years in California and Hawaii as a heavy equipment operator. After the military, she pursued a degree in education and eventually going on to be a teacher at the reservation for almost 30 years. Minnie lived to be 64 and passed away in 1988. The Institute of American Indian Arts has acquired the archives and art collection of longtime Native American historian and advocate Suzan Harjo. Harjo recently turned 72 years old, and she says the Institute was the appropriate place for her records and that the donation reflects her long-term relationship with the Santa Fe-based institution. The Harjo papers stretch back to 1965 and relate to everything from the passage of several significant pieces of federal legislation to a lawsuit over a professional football team's trademarks and her time at the National Congress of the American Indian. The art collection includes pieces by Kelly Church, Roxanne Swensel, Tony Tiger, and others. Choctaw artist Pata LT of Norman, Oklahoma, has been named the 2017 Red Earth Honored One, an award bestowed upon a Native American master visual artist whose support of American Indian art has been substantial throughout his or her life. She will be recognized during the annual Red Earth Festival, June 9th through the 11th, at the Cox Convention Center in downtown Oklahoma City. Pata LT began her career in the 1980s as a jeweler, making leather and chrome-beaded necklaces and belts. In 1990, she introduced a new label, Pata LT, a more contemporary, tailored line of clothing geared toward professional women. During that time, Cherokee Chief Wilma Mankiller commissioned her to create an original piece to wear to President Bill Clinton's inaugural gala. Grammy artist, two-time Native American Music Award winner, singer, songwriter, and actor Jimmy Lee Young appears in the new YouTube video for the song One Tree Hill. The stage video is the backdrop for U2's 30th anniversary tour of the release of their #1 album, Joshua Tree. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Nave News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.